Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is the Not So Serious Keto video podcast special Tuesday edition. Actually, there's nothing really special about it. It's just my schedule has been a mess this past week or so, and as a result, I did not get the podcast filmed this weekend. So for starters, I think I had mentioned I was getting my deck restained and kind of repaired. There's some boards that were in some pretty rough shape. The deck is 25 years old. And as a result, Terry and I had to take everything off the deck and put it into our garage, and then just wait and hope that the weather would be conducive to the deck staining process. And it wasn't. So this whole thing lasted about 2 weeks. And finally, we had this narrow opportunity, this narrow window of opportunity to get everything back in place this weekend, which it now is. But just the weather. The weather has been absolutely crummy. That has kind of been screwing some things up for me, including my whole Couch to 5K program that I talked about a couple of podcasts ago. I am not going to go out and run when it is below freezing and drizzly and wet and windy and just awful. And that's pretty much what the weather has been like these last couple of weeks of April. I'm not going to do it. And if that makes me a weakling, so be it. But it looks like finally on Thursday, the weather is going to turn around. It's going to be up into the 40s in the morning. So I will get back to it if any of you care. One of the topics I talked about last week was clickbait and how I'm just so over it. I wish clickbait would just go away. Of course, it's not going to, but we can make the decision not to click on clickbait. But it's really tough. And as part of that discussion, I'd asked you, my viewers, if you could come up with some really clever clickbait titles, and you delivered. Enough so that I really can't pick a winner. There were a lot of really, really good clickbaity submissions. You can go back and take a look at the comments from last week and read some of them, but there's some good ones. What I'm thinking about doing, though, and you can let me know if you think this is a cool idea or not, doing some anti-clickbait type video titles, and then in that video do a giveaway. So I figure this takes care of a couple of things. One, when I put giveaway in the title, there's going to be a lot of people that watch the video that maybe aren't regular subscribers, and they want to get in on the giveaway. Additionally, when you put giveaway in the title, it attracts these spam bots that come in and tell you that you've won, and to DM them or text them or whatever using some third-party app. I mean, I always got to give that warning whenever I do any sort of a giveaway, but maybe that would eliminate that as well. So I think that's two positives. The one potential negative is if you're a regular viewer but not necessarily a viewer of the podcast, you might miss out on these giveaways. But here's what I'm thinking. I do like a super boring or not giveaway related title, like here's me sitting on the couch for 7 minutes. Something like that. And then, of course, for those 7 minutes, I'm showing you everything that I'm going to give away and going through all the rules for the giveaway. So let me know. What do you think about that? And I suspect that I might do a giveaway this week. I'm thinking it might sync up to be sort of a Star Wars sort of a theme. So May the 4th be with you. Do it on the 4th because I think if things sort of track the way they're tracking, I'll probably hit 260,000 subscribers by then. So that's a little bit of a milestone. What do you think? Should I do a giveaway? First off, let me know what you think of the whole doing a contest with an anti-viral or anti-clickbait sort of title. And then let me know if you think we should do one this Thursday. I bet the answer is yes. Sort of continuing the topic of clickbait, I find within my Instagram and Facebook feeds, and they're the same company now, so I guess it's just they share probably ad information and things like that. Once I start getting an ad, I keep getting it over and over and over again. And I don't know if the software on the app is able to see how long I spend just sort of looking at a picture without necessarily clicking on it or the Shop Now button. But the one I've been getting lately is for Alpha Lion supplements. And I have no idea if these are good supplements or bad supplements. I do know that all of their packaging, all their little canisters, they look like firework type canisters, really extreme looking and, I don't know. I wish I could think of a fireworks name, but you know, when you go to the fireworks stand, they got those cylinders and it says, you know, shoot 60, you know, starbursts or whatever. That's what I kind of think all of their products look like. And lately, what has been showing up is this before and after picture, this dad bod. And while this guy clearly made some progress, he leaned out, that's obvious. I mean, you need to put in some work to lean out, and I think some supplements can help with that. The after picture on this, it's, it, I want to say this in a way that doesn't sound accusatory. It is either a Photoshop or he took a piece of charcoal and just drew abs on himself, or he just has a really interesting belly hair distribution. But I have never seen abs that look like black in between the six pack, and they do on this. And I'm putting up a picture of it, or a portion of a picture of it. I don't want to get in trouble with Alpha Lion. Who knows, you know, if they would have this video taken down or something. But like I said, I don't have any experience with their products. If any of you have used Alpha Lion and it's good stuff, I'd love to hear about it. It's just this picture just keeps popping up in my feed over and over and over. To round out the clickbait, I want to talk about another ad that I've been getting, and this one I'm really disappointed in their style of marketing. It's from Kettle and Fire Broth. And they had contacted me probably 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, fairly early on in this channel, and wanted to know if I wanted to do an affiliate marketing partnership with them. And I got out and I looked at the prices of their boxes of broth that are just their 2-serving boxes of broth. And they're like $8.50, $9 a piece. And I thought for broth, I mean, I'm aware keto prices can be fairly ridiculous at times, but this seemed like it went even further than that. And I said, no, I can't do that. And it's such a niche sort of a product. It's not like they've got a super broad product line, you know, with 50 different products. So I can always be doing videos and reviews and things like that. But I told them no. And their ads have started showing up in my feed as well. And the one that showed up starts off with, "Keto sucks." And I just thought, you know, if this is supposed to be reverse psychology, it's not really well done. Because then they go on and they talk about, oh, keto is so hard. It's so hard to make keto food and hard to stick with keto. And that's why we make it easy with our broth. And I thought that was a real sort of a marketing turnoff to me. I don't know. Have any of you tried out the Kettle and Fire? What do you think? Is it worth it? Is it worth that premium price? Are they a good company? Because, like I said, that ad just really rubbed me the wrong way. And speaking of ads, I'm going to insert one right here. Hopefully it won't rub you the wrong way. So, sort of on the flip side of that Kettle and Fire, I was going to say kettlebell, Kettle and Fire ad, I got a comment recently from, I think, a new viewer who said, I don't get how keto can be easy. You guys, you keto people, you act like it's so easy. It's not. And I kind of disagree with that. In fact, I very much disagree with that. And that was one of the reasons I created this channel, was to show you, my viewers, that keto can be easy. It can be fun. It doesn't have to feel restrictive at all. And this is coming from someone who lives with a non-keto person. So there is always non-keto food. I was going to say junk food, which is what a lot of it is, honestly. I mean, always chips and crackers and donuts and soda and things like that right at my disposal. Very conveniently located, very often on the counter. And as a result, it takes a little bit more willpower and some planning as well. I think in one of my Keto for Beginners videos, I talk about the necessity of having readily accessible keto food. And this can be prepackaged keto food if you want. I mean, I've got a certain amount. I tend to kind of limit it because they tend to be more sweets oriented, and I'm more of a savory sort of a guy. But I'll keep, a certain amount of keto bars and keto cookies and things like that if I'm ever having a sort of a sweet snack attack. But I also, since this is primarily, hopefully, a cooking channel, I also believe that we can create things for ourselves, whether that's our own keto bars or fat bombs or cookies or just snacks in general, having things available. For me, I'll eat pepperoni. To me, that's my chip. I'll just eat some pepperoni, or I'll eat olives. I pretty much like any type of olive, whether they're black olives, Kalamata olives, Spanish olives stuffed with this or that or the other thing. To me, that is sort of the perfect snack. So I would say if you are a person who believes keto is hard, the best thing that you can do is just plan ahead. Plan your meals, plan the availability of snacks or shakes or whatever it is. But I'd be curious to know, for those of you, my viewers who are more seasoned in keto, if there is any other advice you would give to someone who feels that keto is hard. Another topic I discussed last week is my upcoming colonoscopy now that I'm 55 years old. And I got a number of people that told me about this product called Cologuard or Colongard, one of those two. I'm sure if I mentioned it to the doctor, the gastroenterologist, he or she would know what I'm talking about. But I'll look into that. I'm not especially concerned about the process, and I'm probably less concerned about it now because I spent an hour and a half on the phone with the IRS this morning, and I cannot fathom that any sort of colonoscopy would be less enjoyable than that. So it was a situation where I had made an estimated tax payment. So when you are an independent agent like I am now, and you don't have withholding taken out of your checks, you need to make quarterly estimated tax payments, and they misplaced one of mine. So what I submitted as my tax return and what they believe I've paid are two different things. And that was an hour and a half on the phone, not getting it resolved. One of the things that continues to baffle me, especially when dealing with the government, is their reliance on fax machines. And I'm sure there's probably some sort of security element or something like that that they're trying to adhere to. I had the check, the posted check with the printing on the back, and I said, listen, I got a PDF of this. I can send it to you via email. I can text it to you, whatever you want. I can get it to you. And they said, no, you have to fax it. And I'm thinking, what year are we in? What century are we in? And who right now in 2023 has a fax machine in their home? I said I could go to Office Depot and fax it to you, and she said, nope, you need to do it while you're on the phone with me. I would be genuinely curious to know how many people have a fax machine at home and could just send a fax that way. And I know there are some e-fax sort of things. You can do fax from email, but I wasn't going to go and try and install an app while I was on the phone with them or anything like that. Anyhow, this was kind of a long story, not at all keto related, and not especially colonoscopy related. But I will say that prior to that colonoscopy, I will use that as my excuse to do an extended fast. So likely at some point in this month of May, I will be doing an extended fast. And probably what I will do is the same as the last time I did an extended fast, which is I will do those updates on my other channel, Lean Body Mind. That way it's not sort of cluttering up the space here. For the final topic, I want to talk about helping out the channel. Things have been fairly bleak so far this year on Serious Keto in terms of views and as a result then revenue. And since this is my job, that's kind of important to me. Now, I've been told that other keto channels are experiencing this as well. So perhaps the algorithm just doesn't like us as much anymore, or perhaps YouTube is pushing shorts. I mean, I talked about both of these things a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week. But people asked, how can they help? And there's a number of different ways that you can help my channel or any channel that you enjoy on YouTube. The first for my channel is channel memberships. So I offer 3 different tiers of channel membership, which gets you some extra access to me, some behind the scenes stuff, some live streams and live chats, and you get my videos early, and I'll periodically do giveaways specifically for my channel members. Now, I can't put that in the terms for each of the channel tiers. I can't say giveaways are one of the things. I can't put it in writing according to my YouTube liaison because I think then it implies that it's a gambling sort of a thing. But she said I can mention it like in my podcasts. So that's one option, and to do that you just click the join button, which should be down there. But if you're looking to do something non-monetarily, kind of the best thing you can do is watch our videos. Pick a time, do some binge watching if you want, and make sure to click the like button. I truly believe that's very, very important in terms of the engagement metric. I've also been told you can click the dislike button, and it also counts as engagement. But it's not going to affect whether or not my video gets recommended or promoted or anything like that if you click dislike. Again, according to my YouTube liaison, what happens is when a person clicks dislike, it just means that they themselves, the person who clicked, is less likely to see videos from that channel. So if you are a subscriber and you simply don't like a topic that I covered, maybe this topic, and you click dislike, it doesn't affect me or the channel at all, but it does affect you being able to see this channel or you seeing this video or any of my videos promoted up to sort of your top of your watch list. So just be aware of that the dislike button is probably best used on channels that you don't subscribe to and would rather not see show up in your feed. The other thing that's really helpful is hitting that share button, also down there. If you are active on other social media platforms and I do a video that you enjoy, whatever it is, whether it's just a ranting podcasty thing or a review or a recipe especially that you'd like to share, please do that. Don't hold back. Hit that share button, put it out on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest, Reddit, whatever platform you're on. That helps as well. And it's my hope that we're just all going through sort of a little bit of a trough in viewership right now and that it picks back up because yeah, at the rate that it's been so far this year, it's probably not going to be sustainable for me. And I love doing this. I love coming to you with recipes and product reviews and these podcasts, and it's not something I want to quit doing and go back out into corporate America. So I'm asking for your help. If you can do these little things, click like, click share, be a channel member. All of these things help me out immensely, and I truly, truly appreciate it. So I think that's going to be it for this podcast. Remember, probably May the 4th, we're going to do a giveaway. I was sorting my pantry the other day, and I have just way too much keto stuff. Way, way, way too much keto stuff. So I'm going to be doing giveaways at least once a month to the general public and probably more than that, at least for a little while, for my paid channel members. So come back on Thursday. I think that's going to be it for now. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.